Our guest, who is a pilot, tells us the provision of air navigation services is sure getting better in the country, and pilots and air traffic controllers have critical contribution to flight safety. She starts this interview by telling us how important the role of an air traffic controller is to a pilot in flight.
It is very critical because even as much as we have equipment on board that alerts us in cases where there are imminent or a collision, a likely collision is seen, they're responsible for separation. They're responsible for clearances that we get. Say, for example, you want to leave Lagos to go to Abuja. They would, you call them, they have to be aware of it, and prior to that you even need to file your flight plan already. This is pre-informing them that at about this period I will be conducting a flight from point A to point B. This they would have sorted out, seen the flight plan, and they will coordinate what routes you'll be flying, basically your road or your route to wherever you're going to, and they would inform the destination station as well that you're expecting this flight at this time and everything. This is necessary, and it's also critical because if anything happens en route, they have an idea what time they're expecting you, what time you're supposed to leave. God forbid it, but should in case there's anything en route, they know, okay, they have a time frame where they would know, okay, we haven't seen Mr. A that says he's coming in at this time, let's send out a search and rescue. It's getting better. Like I could say from when I've joined, this is over a decade ago, to what we have now. We've actually, things have gotten much better. Way back then, radar wasn't fully active, but now we do have radar coverage for basically the major parts of the country. The Lagos FIR is fully covered, and also the Kano FIRs, which are the two main FIRs that we have in. Port Harcourt also covers us with radar, and so also is Abuja. So basically the main airspace is fully covered. That is by Kano and Lagos FIRs, so they're fully radar covered. Basically they can see you once you enter the Nigerian airspace, and it makes life easy for us, because now you do not, because way back how it works is you have to always update them of your position. They have to plot it out and keep a big picture, but now they can see it, and it makes it's real time. You seeing it is real time, unlike where you have to update every 5 minutes or as they request for it. Now they see you moving live, so if anything happens, it makes for quicker responses, quicker clearances and all that. So it's much better. It could be better, but it's much better than what we used to have. Pilots are like, you're the boss in your cockpit, really. But once you get into the skies, the rule has it that the ATC is the primary or the sole responsible authority for separations and all of this. Now, do not forget that it says we have equipment on board that is responsible for avoiding collision, TCAS, traffic collision avoidance system. So only and only at that point are you permitted to override an ATC clearance or an ATC instruction, but they are the sole people responsible for your separation. Sometimes now, let's even take away maybe whatever we want or what we think they should have done. Sometimes we get Mother Nature, weather, and sometimes you can't proceed or you cannot carry out that clearance you've been given. And if weather is around, or if there's a storm brewing around the station and aircraft are all coming in, it gets a bit busy. It could get a bit busy because everyone does not want to fly into the storm. Everyone is trying. So sometimes it could just be a narrow path that is available for almost all aircraft to fly through. So ATC is struggling to control, or they're working to control everyone and separate everyone to avoid either a near miss or a collision, really. But in all of this, you find the pilots, everyone is slightly agitated. Respond to me, I've been calling. So sometimes we all get all tied up and we're all battling with each other. I can't do this. Look at the weather. I cannot do this.